Hi, good evening. My name is Raphael Gabmomo, and I'm very excited to be bringing you this amazing opportunity um, today. So I'm going to be telling you, I'm going to be telling you why Microsoft Applied Skills are important, and the most important reason why we are having this session is to ensure that members of the community have an opportunity to get the 50% discount that Microsoft is currently offering to anyone that has the applied skills. Okay, now what are applied skills? I'm going to tell you shortly. I'm going to explain to you what they are, and I'm going to tell you some real life stories on how they've been able to change the lives of people that I know and how you can leverage on that to give yourself a head start. Okay, so just give me a minute. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to be sharing my screen in a jiffy. This is going to be a totally practical, hands-on session. Okay, so um, I'm going to share my screen in a jiffy. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so Microsoft Applied Skills are a subset of certifications. They look exactly like your normal certification, but they are not certification. Now, for people that are interested in Azure, so far there are about 9 to 12 that are related to Azure. Okay, now each one that you pass makes you a specialist in that area. So if you pass storage, you are a storage specialist. If you pass Active Directory, you are a specialist in that area, and about you can take about 9 to 12 of them. Now let me tell you some little stories. So I know a few people. I know a few people. Okay, so now as you might have already known, I have a boot camp. Okay, I have a boot camp called Skill.School, and at some point, two cohorts apart, I came across these two students. Okay, two different cohorts apart. Now they did not go to the traditional university that most of us had the privilege of going to. Okay, so they didn't go to normal university. So now each of these students now yeah, so Catherine is in. I'll let her speak to us before I proceed. Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the meeting.
Hi everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know you were coming, so I had to start early. But I'll leave the floor for you. It's more fun when it's more than one person, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let it be proper. I'll let you introduce yourself. Let's do it the proper way. I thought I was going to be the only one in the studio. Over to you, Catherine.
Hi everyone, how are we today? Hope we're enjoying our study series. So today we decided to deviate to another topic. We're done with our AI study series, so we need to we need to start a new study series. So before we do that, we want to considering the fact that most people really are in need of voucher. We decided to bring in this study series. This special, I call it special topic or special event, whereby we I know most of us we are aware of um apply skills, but we want to officially bring it to our community for those that are aware of it and for those that are not aware. It's an opportunity for every one of us to um get aware about Azure, Microsoft apply skills. So when you do this apply skill, the beauty of you doing this apply skill is that once you attend an apply skill, you will be given like a 50% uh 50% of your voucher. So all you need to do is just to pay for the remaining 50%. Like I said on the banner, like I said on the flyer, that we're just starting from this. There are going to be an opportunity where we can give you guys, give the community um 100%. But for now, let's just start from the 50%. So please enjoy your class today. Enjoy the study series today. And we have no other person than our OG Rafael Momo. Rafael Momo, we are great to have you. What an opportunity to have you once again.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we entrust this topic into your hand. We know you're going to deliver very well. Welcome.
Thank you very much. So,
So Rafael
as
Momo
you
is
all
our
mentioned,
OG and our MVP. I know most of us already know Rafael Momo in this
thank
place.
you. Thank you.
You can have a floor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm going to proceed, guys. So as you all know, Catherine is the current leader of the Azure community. Okay, so thank you very much, Catherine, for stepping in. Now I'm just going to proceed. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these applied skills. Number one, number two, no, number two. I'm going to tell you about people that have used applied skills to change their lives. Okay, so even after today's session, I think it will be beneficial to you as a person that is going into the cloud space. It's going to be beneficial to you to take a look at the other ones and try to pass them. But today, I'm going to be just doing one for you. I'll do the exam. We'll pass it together. But after today, I'd like you to focus, concentrate, and try as much as possible and do more. Okay, so I was telling you before Catherine came in, I was telling you the story of two people that I know, okay, that came to my boot camp. And like I said, for me, I think that before you do DevOps, you need to know cloud. Okay. Now, everything that you require to know cloud has been thrown at you by Microsoft. Now, if you look at these applied skills are practical, hands on sessions. Okay. Totally practical. We're going to be taking the exam later on today. And that exam is yeah, so you wouldn't need an Azure portal account for it because Microsoft is going to be providing for you the environment. Yeah, you'll have everything you need in order to show off. Okay, so you're going to get so a free certificate from Microsoft and that you can use to advance your career. Now, let me before I proceed, let me tell you about these two students. Okay, so one of them did not have a degree. Okay, you know how crazy it is in Nigeria to look for an IT job and you did not go to school. Okay, so this guy managed to pass 9 of these applied skills, and he came to me as a mentor to advise him. I told him, okay, so what do we do from here? You don't have a degree, so let's use another angle. If you use the normal LinkedIn way, it's not going to work for you. Okay, so we looked at Microsoft Partner Portal. Okay, so if you check your if you go to Google, if you type Microsoft partners, you'll see that there are a lot of companies that yeah, so there are a certain number of companies that are Microsoft partners. Okay, so I'm trying to open my browser so that I'll show you that. Don't worry, I'm trying to what I'm trying to do at this point is to make sure that even after today, okay, even after today, you don't stop. You keep on pushing. Okay. Okay. So I told him to search. Now, if you look at here, if I click on discover, you'll see that there are a lot of companies that are Microsoft partners. Okay. My browser is trying to pull. Look at your current location. Yeah, you can see that there are so many. So I told him to message as many as he can. Now, this guy sent a message and yeah, he was given an opportunity for internship. I did internship for 6 months. Today, as we're talking, he's working as a DevOps engineer. Now, I have had uh, two of such scenarios. Okay, what am I saying now? If you're just starting from zero, you don't have anything, and you want to break into tech, I think Microsoft Applied Skills might be the cheapest way for you to break into tech. Okay, take as many as possible. Take a look at the partner portal. Send them a cold email. Send them a cold message. Okay, send them a cold email. Send them a cold message. Tell them what you have. Yeah, show your rewrite your resume. Include those skills. Show them what you have, and that might be just might be a life-changing opportunity for you. Now, for today, I'm going to proceed by showing you. I'm going to proceed by showing you the number of the Apply Skills websites. And we're going to choose one. Okay, we're going to choose one. We're going to proceed with that one, and I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do the exam together, and that will be it. Okay, so just give me a few minutes. If you take a look at this page, we have about 45 of them. Okay, so if I click and type Azure here, if I click and type Azure here, I'm going to be sharing this in the community page. Okay, you can see that with regards to Azure, you have about 22. a whole 22 for Azure alone. Okay, so that's huge. But I'm not asking you to pass 22. All I just need you to focus on, if you're trying to break into tech, is just 9. Okay, now I've seen people, 2 people, try to use 9 to change their lives, and it worked for them. So use 9, pass 9, and if you don't want to go through LinkedIn, use the earlier on I showed you the Microsoft partner portals. Okay, so write to them one by one. In the portal, you see their email, you see their LinkedIn, you see their website. Okay, write to them. I'm sure that they will respond to you. Okay, so but for today, now I'm not going to, because I'm going to be passing the exam with you, I'm not going to be focusing on a difficult one. I'm going to be focusing on a familiar one that you yourself can follow along, and you can, yeah. So I don't want anyone to chicken out. So if you're in this meeting, I want you to follow through to the end. Okay. So I do not want you to chicken out. So yeah. Now, if you attend my bootcamp, you will know the first applied skill I always encourage students to do is storage. Now, you know why? Because in storage, you will learn about the storage itself, you will learn about redundancy, you will learn about manage identity, you will learn about keyboard. The storage is fully packed. Okay, it's packed with so many things that, yeah. So the first one I'm going to be doing for you today is storage. Okay, now so if you want to look for storage, just type maybe storage. I think I said I was going to share this link with you. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So yeah. So if you're watching from the community, please kindly take a look at the WhatsApp group. You'll get the full link. I think my moderator is not here. Okay, there's a chat here. Okay, so I think I can drop it directly in the chat. So I can't post directly. My moderator has to help me. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, I think I've dropped it. Okay. Um, Okay, so I've dropped it in the chat, but I'll quickly be posting it in the WhatsApp group as well, so you can check it from there. Okay, you can check it from there. Okay, you can check it from there. Okay, so yes, I've sent the link for all the applied skills to the WhatsApp group. Okay, so you can check it from there. Now, like I told you earlier on, I always like to start with storage because storage has so many things to learn. Okay, storage, manage identity, high availability, redundancy, everything is in storage. Now, let me tell you one interesting thing I like about storage. Now, if you have ever used Jumia, if you have ever used Oraimo, if you have ever used Amazon, now, if those companies I just called right now were using Azure as their preferred cloud provider, the exact same processes that I'm going to go through with you in this session, that's the same process they use to upload those things that you see on those websites. Okay, so if you see you're buying from Oraimo, you're buying from Jumia, you're buying from Konga, those things were uploaded. Okay, those things were uploaded to the web store, a storage account. Okay, so the same method that they used is what this exam has given to you. Now, mind you, by the way, if you pass storage, you become a storage specialist. Okay, you pass networking, you become a networking specialist. You pass monitoring. So I really like applied skills for someone that is really breaking into tech. It breaks down all the principles and all the ideas that will make you confident. Okay, now apart from having this meeting, because we need to have this meeting, because if you pass this meeting, you're going to be having the criteria to be able to get a 50% discount. But even apart from this meeting, I would really like you to try the exercises on your own because it will build you. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to proceed. I'm going to type storage in the search bar. As you can see from the screen, you're all looking at my screen. I just typed storage in the link that I shared with you in the chat and in the community page, and you see it came out. Okay, so I want you to follow along. That's the reason I'm doing all this. I want you to follow along. I don't want to take the exam alone. Let's take it together. Okay, so I'm going to click on storage applied skills. Okay, so it brought me here. So the very first thing you are going to be doing is to sign in. Okay, so you need a Microsoft account for this. You need an Outlook account, a Hotmail account will be fine. Okay, so just go to the up top. Yeah, so just sign in. Top right hand corner, click sign in. Okay, so I've clicked sign in. Yes, I'm gonna wait. Okay, So it's going to prompt me for my account. I'm going to put, okay, hold on. I have so many Outlook accounts. The one I would prefer to use is this. Okay, use this. So I'm trying to sign in. Okay, stay signed in. Yes, please. Okay, so this is the first step that you need to deal with. I think at this point, I'm already signed in. Okay, so yeah, so the first step is to sign in. Now, the next thing you're going to do, so I have passed it before, and if you look at, if you, yeah, so there are certain things that you need to do. Okay, you don't need to do while taking this exam. Now, if I click take assessment, you cannot refresh your screen. Now, if I show you my scores, okay, there are some that there's one or two where it showed zero. The reason was because I refreshed my browser. Okay, now while working on this, you cannot refresh your browser. If you refresh your browser, it's going to ask you to wait 72 hours before you can attempt again. So please do not refresh your browser. Okay, so do not refresh your browser. Okay, so now the next thing I'm gonna do, for someone that has never taken before, it will show take assessment. Okay, for someone that has taken, it will show retake assessment. Now the same rule applies to all of them. Okay, remember I typed Azure and it showed 22. Okay, it showed 22 different scenarios that you can use for Azure. Okay, whether it's all scenarios. No, so me, I believe that you don't need more than nine. Okay, so if you have nine, now I've seen this work for people. I told you I've come across two mentees. They didn't go to university. They passed the nine. They went to Microsoft Partner Portal. They searched for the companies, send them cold emails. Boom, internship after 6 months, boom, full-time DevOps engineer role. Okay, so this can be the career game changer that you need. Boots on the ground report, boots on the ground, yeah, boots on the ground experience. That's what I'm sharing with you. Okay, so now let's continue. I'm going to click on retake assessment. Okay, so retake assessment. Before I show you that, now let me show you how the certificates looks like, just in case. I think now I have different Microsoft accounts, maybe up to three. So yeah, so you might. So for this one, like this, okay. Let's view the credential. So you can see that it's not too different. Um, it's not too different from. I did a training last week with Ghana. That was when I did this, and that's why you see September 27th. Okay, so you can see that it's not too different from the normal Microsoft Azure certification. Okay, it's just that instead of having that is a certification, this is an applied skill, and every applied skill that you take makes you a specialist. So if you pass storage, you're a specialist. You pass monitoring, you're a specialist. You pass Entra ID, you're an Entra ID specialist. So yes, I really like them. Now, if you come to me for mentorship, this is the first place I'll push you to. Okay, you want me to be a mentor? Okay, go take an applied skill. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. Okay, so yeah. Now, because if you really follow through, it will change you. Okay, it will change you. It will help you. Now, I'm going to stop sharing this. I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go back. Okay, so I'm going to click on retake assessment. Now, when you click on retake assessment or take assessment, you're going to come back to this. Okay, you're going to come back to this box. You're going to see this box here, and you're going to click start. Okay, so I've clicked on start. You see my screen. Is going to ask me to verify whatever I need to verify. So start puzzle. Okay, so now what you have on the left hand side must match what is on the right hand side. So we have one, so it means the number of stones on the right hand side must be one. So I'm going to click, 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 click. Yeah, so this is a perfect scenario for it. I'm going to click submit. Okay, so you need to wait. So okay. So now we are actually what we are doing right now is we are spinning up the virtual machine needed for the exam. Now the process is the same for all of them. Now the process is the same for all of them. The reason why I've chosen storage is because I don't want you to be bored and go. There are some of them that are quite a little bit boring. Okay, but this one I think is a little bit more interactive Yeah, it might because you will relate to storage because of Uraimo, Konga, Amazon. Yeah, that's why I chose this one. Okay, it's easily relatable. That's why I chose this for this training. But all the other ones are the same. Guess what? There's an applied skill for CI/CD pipelines. Okay, there's an applied skill for C sharp. Okay, there's an applied skill for everything. Okay, so everything you need to move your tech journey forward, it's here already. It's here. It's just looking at you in the face. You need to make up your mind and attempt them. Okay, so you need to make up your mind and really attempt them, and they are free of charge, totally free of charge. Okay, so like I told you, if I was breaking into tech for the first time, what I will do, I'll pass 9 of these and I'll pass a normal certification on 1. Okay, more than enough. More than enough, because if you pass this 9, okay, there is no interview that you go to that you will not be able to talk. Okay, they ask you about all the common scenarios, you will be able to talk. Okay, so yeah, now this what is currently happening in the background is deploying the exam environment is being deployed for us. Okay, so you're not using your own Azure account. Okay, you're not using your Azure account, you're using something that has been provisioned by Microsoft. Okay, you're using a virtual machine that's been provisioned by Microsoft. Now this might take up to 5 minutes. I think we are ready. Okay, so now if you see something like this, it means that your Zoom is too big. Okay, you over zoomed your screen. Okay, so you need to click on the 3 hamburger icons on the upper right hand of your browser, those 3 dots on the Chrome. You need to click on them. Okay, so I don't know if I'm sharing my entire screen, but I'm there right now and I'm clicking on it. So if I click on it, it will show my username and password. Okay, I think it's good enough right now. Let me take a look. Still not good enough. Okay, so let's see. Hold on. I need to. Okay. Okay, so it's showing for the username now. Okay, so it needs to show for the password as well. So perfect. Okay, so at this point, I think that we are ready. We have the space open to add your username. We have the space open to add your password as well. Okay, so if you're following along, you want to take the exam, this is perfect. Okay, so now if you don't have this kind of scenario, it's because you are too zoomed. You're too zoomed in. Okay, you're too zoomed out. You're over zoomed out. So you need to go to. Let me see if I can reshare my screen. I think I'm sharing my screen now. I don't want to disrupt. But there are 3 dots. Okay, like 3 slices of bread on top of each other on the top right hand side of your browser, of your Chrome browser. Look for those dots and click on the zoom. Okay, reduce the zoom to around 75. You'll be able to see this. Okay, so once you have this, we can log in into the exam scenario. Now let's give me a minute. We're gonna finish this. Don't worry. This is not gonna be too boring. We're gonna finish within. We should be done in the next 45 minutes, or maybe 30 minutes if I'm fast. But if I'm not fast, 45 minutes. Meanwhile, the exam is around 2 hours. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is to scroll the right hand side. Okay. So you can see that we have 1 hour 56 minutes. Okay. Don't worry, we're not going to spend that much time. We have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Click on step number 1. Okay. In step number 1, you can see there's a username, there's a password. Okay, what I need you to do is to click on the username. You're not typing in username, you're not typing in password, you're not typing, you're just clicking. So click on the username, it will automatically enter there. Take your mouse to password, put it there, click on the password, it will automatically enter it there as well. Okay, now the process is the same for all the applied skills. Okay, now remember I told you the reason I chose this because I feel that this one is more interactive for a public training like this. And all you just need to end that 50% voucher is just 1. Okay, so why not let's do this one that is interactive and easier to follow through. Okay, so I'm going to go straight. I'm going to click on my username. I just clicked on it and you see my username has entered the box. I'm going to click on my password. I click on my password. You can see that my password has entered the box. I'm going to click on submit. Okay, click submit. And it's going to open for me the virtual machine we're going to use for this exam. Okay, the space we're going to use for this exam has been opened. Okay, so I have some instruction on the screen. I'm going to, no thanks. Okay, so we're going to scroll. Yeah, whatever you have for the exam, they're giving you the scenario in step number 2, describing for you there is a certain company that wants to blah 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 blah. Yeah, so you are the one that is going to help them. Okay, so you are the cloud engineer. You want to help this company accomplish a particular task, and whatever the company wants has been placed in step number 2. Okay, I don't care about that. Let's go to step number 3. Yeah, let's go quickly to step number 3. In step number 3, it's telling us that whatever we want to work with. Okay, so okay, so the three, every browser has three dots called the hamburger. I call them the hamburger icons. Okay, there are 3 dots placed just side by side. I think I can't share my entire screen. I will have shown you that from here. I can only share what I can share. But look at your Chrome browser. There are 3 dots on the top right hand side. Okay, 3 dots of your Chrome browser if you're using Chrome. When you click on those dots, look at clicking on the dot right now. Look at zoom. Okay, so mine is zoomed to 67%. Okay, so if you look at zoom, when you click on the zoom, you'll be able to you won't have that issue. Okay, I hope I've answered the question. Let me see. Let me quickly proceed because yeah, this is an exam. Okay, this is an exam. I need to proceed. Okay, no, but it's an interesting exam. Okay, it's an interesting exam. That's why I've chosen this one for this training. Okay, all of them are interesting. They're easy as well. Now, yeah, let me proceed. Okay, so step number 3 says that you should click on emails. Okay, whatever instruction, whatever thing, your deployment guide. Okay, your deployment guide is in the emails. Okay, now whatever instructions you need to work with today for whatever you're doing is in the emails, and that's what step number 3 says. So click on open emails. Okay, so I clicked and he's trying to open the emails. It's a little bit slow, but yeah. Okay, so it's slow, but it's done. You're looking at my screen. It opened the email for me. Okay, and something happened. It popped open Microsoft Azure. Okay, it popped open Microsoft Azure portal for me on one tab. Okay, so you're gonna go to the Microsoft Azure. Yeah, go to the Microsoft Azure tab. Okay, so it has a place for username. Now go to step number 4 and click on the username. It's just going to enter there. You're not typing, everything is automated. Scroll down and click on next. Okay, so when you click on next, the username has entered. Okay, so now is the time for the password. Now click again, the password will enter, and that's it. We will be able to sign in to the Azure account that has been given to us to use for this exam. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do the needful for the password. Just click on pass. Oh, sorry, that was username. Sorry, mistake. So if you accidentally click on something wrong, just click on the delete button. Okay, so I think I accidentally click on username again. I'm supposed to click on password. Okay, temporary access pass. Boom. Okay, so yeah, it has entered. So click on sign in. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it has signed me on to Azure portal, and that is all I need for the exam. Okay, so if you are here, yes, we are ready for the exam. Yes. Okay, so what do you need to do? I'm just going to scroll down so you can see that for some of you, it's going to ask you get started. You can click on get started. For some of you, it will show you some other things. Just click skip as much as you can skip, and you'll be fine. Okay, now let me tell you, the process is the same for all the applied skills. Now, if you want a complete guidance for this, that's what we do at skill.school. You can join a skill.school program. We'll guide you onto as many of them as possible. But for this one, we're doing this one free, so it's fine. Now, the next thing you're going to do, we're going to look at the instructions. Now, remember that when you clicked on the emails, it spawned open 2 things. Number 1, it spawned open the instruction pane, which is this one, the instruction tab, and it also spawned open the Azure portal. Now, the instruction is here. Okay, the questions are storage for app one, storage for app two. Now, storage for app one is our question number one. So if you're on this page, please click on storage for app one. Okay, click on storage for app one. I'm going to click on that storage for app one. Okay, so you can see that it has brought for us the questions, our question number one. Okay, so it has brought for us our question number one. Maybe I'm going to increase my zoom, okay, so that you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, so now, if you read carefully, it says that this is your task. Your task number one, you need to provision a storage account name app. So it gave you a storage account. It says we should provision. Now, provision is another word for create. Okay, provision or create or deploy is the same thing. So it has asked us to create a storage account with a particular name. So you need to copy that particular name out. Now let's take a look at the next instruction. Now it says that if a data center fails, okay? So if a data center failing is a big deal. If a data center fails, it means that so it's saying that if a data center fails, it must fail to another data center in the same zone. And in the event of a regional failure, it must fail over to a different region. Okay, so it has given us two instructions clearly: the name and the redundancy type. Okay, the only redundancy that fits that criteria, a different region in the same zone, is the last one, geozone redundant storage. Okay, so but for now, let's keep all that aside. Let's go and create the storage account. Okay, so now let's go back to Azure portal. So the second tab. Okay, I'm in the second tab. Just click on the storage account or type it if you don't know what to do. Just type storage account, and hit enter. Okay, type storage account and hit enter. Yep, I think I'm too zoomed out. I'm going to zoom. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in so that I can see things clearly. Okay, so yeah, you type storage account, hit enter, it will bring storage account for you. I'm going to click on that. And when you click on that, take your time to look through what is in the entire storage account. So now two has been created for you. Before you proceed with the exam, take note that Microsoft has created two different storage accounts for you already. Now they created for you data storage account and so data and replica. Okay, so I'd like you to take note of the region, okay, because whatever you're creating must be in the same region of the ones that have been created already. So take note of the region. The one we're seeing on the screen is South Central US. Okay, South Central US. So please, South Central US. Okay, so the one we're creating right now is going to be South Central US. Also take note of the region. The ones that were created earlier on that you've seen on the screen, they were created in RG1. So your resource group is going to be RG1. Your region is going to be South Central US. So let's go along. Let's go ahead and click and start creating. Now remember I said that from the question, you need to copy the name that has been given to you. So the name must be exact. So I'm going to click on the plus create button. Click on the plus create. When you click on the plus create, you need to wait for a while. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. So there are two buttons there that you're working with. Okay, so yeah. In the resource groups, okay, there is network watcher, but that's not what we want. You need to use RG1. Look at RG1. So select RG1 and scroll down. Okay, so we've selected RG1, and you can see it has a place for the name. Now remember, the names of storage account, be it any cloud. Okay, storage account names are usually globally unique. Okay, so yes, storage accounts are usually globally unique. Now they've given you a name, you must use that name. I'm going to put the name here. Okay, boom. Okay, so that's the name that was given to us. Now if you paste the name and there is this red, know that is because you either copied a full stop. Okay, in this particular case we copied a full stop. Yes, so it's either you copied a full stop or there is a space, there's space in front of whatever you copied. Okay, so we fixed that because I've removed the full stop. Now the next thing is the region. The earlier ones were in South Central US, so find South Central US. South Central US. Okay, so we've chosen the right region. Now, the final thing we're going to do for this one is redundancy. Okay, redundancy, according to the question, it must be in the same zone and fail over to a different region. Okay, so yeah, so the only one that meets that criteria is this one, geozone, zone. Okay, the question says zone and region. Okay, so the geo there, it fits the requirement for region. The zone there fits requirement for zone. So geozone redundant storage, this is the perfect fit. Okay, so we have fulfilled the requirements for our question number one. We're just going to click create and wait. Okay, review and create, then create. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down gently till okay, so at this point, we have fulfilled the requirements, but don't leave until you are sure it's fully created. Okay, so yeah, so I think at this point, creation is in progress. When it's done, it will tell me to go to resource. Okay, so let's wait a while. Okay, so we're done with creation of that storage account. Just going to click go to resource. We have fulfilled that requirement. Okay, so we are done with. If you look at the screen carefully, there are a lot of babies. Okay, when I mean babies, we have question one as baby one. So we are done with baby one. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, you see, we're done with baby one. Okay, so we're looking at the second one now. Okay, now it says that the storage account, it must be encrypted. Okay, everything you're doing in now, let me tell you why I like storage as my first. If a mentee comes to meet me and tell me, oh, he calls my name Ralph, or calls me coach, hey, please, blah 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 blah, go and do this. You know why? Because you will learn about encryption. Now the exercises are the juice of this. Okay, now I'm doing this because we're trying to fulfill the requirement for that 50% voucher. But if you come to me for mentorship, you must do the exercise first. And in the process of doing that exercise, you will learn about encryption, you will learn about key vault, you will learn about manage identity. So solid. I like this for the first, for someone that is starting apply skills for the first time. Okay, so please, I'll really like you to go to the exercises. Everything that you need to hit it is there. So let's take a look at the question number two. How are we going to survive it? Now it says that the data must be encrypted using app one key one. Now there's a key there. I say it has been created already. It has been provisioned already, and yeah, and by using a system assigned manager identity. So it has been created already. All I just need to go to is the storage account. Okay, go to encryption. We select it because it has been created already. Okay, so I'm going to go to the storage account. Okay, I'm just going to type encryption here. Encryption. Okay. I didn't finish typing it before this appear. I'm going to click on encryption. Now, if you scroll down carefully, you'll see encryption and encryption scope. Now, forget about encryption scope. We're going to be using it for the final question, but for now, we're just going to focus on encryption. Okay. Now, remember that you are the one that is manipulating something on this thing. Okay. So it's customer managed because you're doing something on it. It's not Microsoft that is doing something. It's you that is working on it. So it's customer managed. So you're going to select customer managed. I'm going to scroll down a little bit till I see customer managed keys. Okay, selected that. You're going to scroll down a little bit. Now remember, they said the key has been created, app one key one. So you are just trying to select it. Okay, so if you look here carefully, key and key vault, it says select a key and key vault. Okay, I clicked on that. Okay, and now if I select key vault, okay, there I'll have to select. Now remember, keys are kept inside a vault. Okay, so just like, yeah, keys are kept in a vault. Okay, so I'm going to select the name of the vault. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Okay, so this is the vault. It ends with KV. Okay, now I'm going to select the key. The key is app one key one. It has been created for us. From the question. If you look at the question, I'm going to select it, Aponki one, boom. Okay. So now, like I said earlier on, if you do the exercises, all these things are there. Okay. Very easy to follow. Now I've selected the key I need to save it. So I'm going to scroll down and click save. Now, if you do everything right, you don't save, you will score zero. Now, at the end of the day, sometimes you finish well and you see you're seeing a very low mark is because maybe you didn't save, or maybe you try to save and it's not saved. Okay, so make sure that you save properly before you leave that page. Okay, so we have done the needful for that question. We have done the needful. Let's go to baby number three. For question number one, item number three. So we've done the first one, we've done the second one. We're looking at this third one. Okay, now in the third one, it says that the storage account that you created, not the one Microsoft created, the one you created. Okay, it says it needs a container, and the name of the container is called images. Okay, so guys, let's go and create images. Okay, let's create a container called images. Now, what are containers? Now, remember that if you go to the market, you buy meat. Okay, you can't put the meat on the floor. You need to put the meat in a bowl. Now, in storage, everything you keep in Azure storage, you need to keep them inside a kind of bowl called containers. Okay, now in this question, they're asking you to create a container, and the name is images. Very simple, very straightforward. Now, what you're going to do is just let's go to Azure portal. Okay, let's go to Azure portal, the storage account you created. You're going to type containers. Okay, type containers. Microsoft has made everything easy actually. Type containers. Containers. Okay, scroll down. Now, when you type containers, you see plot container, add plus container, okay, and just put images. Very straightforward. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. They didn't ask us to do any other thing. I'm going to boom. Okay, so this is done. We have fulfilled the requirements for baby number three. Okay, so we're almost done with question number one. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. Okay, so now if you're having any issues, you can actually watch the recording. Okay, but I think that is a fun exam. It teaches everything. Now, let me tell you one funny little trick. Okay, so if you're working on a real life project that has to do with storage, or maybe you're working with Conga, that this is the same process that you're going to use. It's almost the same process. That's why I like applied skills. They're practical skills that relate to real life projects. Okay, so you have to don't just watch this video, you have to try it. The exam is free. Now, if you fail it the first time, after 3 days, you can try again. Now let's go to baby number four because we have done baby number three. Okay, so we've done point one, point two, point three. We are in point number four. Okay, look at point number four. It says that the manage identity. What is manage identity, guys? Come on, this is so cool. Okay, let me tell you, manage identity is when, let me give you a simple scenario. Okay, so you have a gate in your compound. You don't want to use a security guard. Okay, you want to put software to do everything for you. Okay, now remember, a gateman will approve people or reject people. Okay, that's what a gateman does. But in this particular case, I don't want to use a gateman. I want to use a software. Now in Azure, the software we use for that, a software that we use for managing permissions like this, deny or approve, is called manage identity. Okay, so now the manage identity has been created for you already, and that's the fun part of it. Now they're asking you that, oh, it has been created, go and give it a role so that everything coming inside, go and give it a role. We're going to give it a reader role so that everything coming inside, it can read. Oh, are you qualified to enter? You're not qualified, go away. You are qualified, enter. So we're going to go to access control, select the manage identity, give it the role. So let's go to that question. So go to Azure portal. Okay, so in order to assign to work with this manager identity, now remember that if you're working with anyone, the previous one you did before, you need to cancel it. Okay, previously we type containers there. Now this next one for manager identity, you need to type access control. Okay, access control. Okay, now you won't finish typing it before it even comes out. That's what I like about it. You click on access control, and yes, they're going to add role assignment. Okay, that's the fun part of it. Okay, so click on add role assignment, and now remember the role is the role. If you read the question very well, we want to give the manager identity ability to read. So it's going to be storage blob data reader. Okay, storage blob data reader. Now the exercise is everything, if you do the exercise, actually everything has been explained in the exercises. Storage block data reader. So if you want to understand a little bit more, take time to do the exercises. Yeah, so this is the role we need to give to the manager identity. I'm going to select it. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and click next. Okay, scroll down and click next. Now remember, we have taken the role. We want to give it to someone. We're not giving it to a user. Okay, because you are the user in the account. If I click on that user, you say, oh, you are the user in the account, but we're not giving it to a human being. Okay, so we're giving it to a manager identity. Okay, so I explain what manager identity is. I'm going to click on manager identity now. Yes, remember that they said the manager identity, according to the question, has been created. I'm going to click on select. Okay, now from the question also it says user assigned, so I'm going to select user assigned. Okay, now immediately you select user assigned, you can see the one in the question is there. Okay, app one manage ID one, so we have selected it. I'm going to click select. Okay, so click select, and the next thing is to give it that role that you created. Okay, remember we created the role assignment. I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to review and give it that role, review and assign. Okay, so I think at this point, okay, yeah, at this point, it's adding the role to the assignment. So at this point, we have fulfilled the requirement for baby number 4. Okay, so we're going to do the final question in question number 1, and we are done with that one. So give me a few minutes. Let's take a look at the questions again. Yeah, so we have done all remaining this one. Okay, for question number 1. Now remember that they said now for the final one, they said that manage that's the storage account you created. It requires a file share. Okay, they said you should create a file share, and the name of the file share is share one. Okay, now, and they want you to choose a file share that minimize cost. So the same process, we're going to go to Azure portal. We're going to type file share in that storage account. We're going to type file share, and that will be it. Okay, so storage account. You're going to type file share. Okay, file share. The I type file share, you see this comes out. Okay, I'm gonna put plus file share. Okay, the name was the name according to the question. The name is share one. Okay, share one. Okay, now the question says it must be able to minimize cost. That means don't you look at the first one here is transaction optimized. It's not cheap. Okay, hot. This is where we are. It's not cheap. If we scroll down, the cheapest here will be cool. Okay, so if I click on review and create, if I click on create, yes, we have created the file share. At this point, we're done with the whole. We're done with the entire question number 1. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 2. Okay, so for question number 2, we're going to go to our question tab. Okay, scroll up a little bit. Okay, scroll up a little bit. So we can click mark as completed for question number 1. Okay, so we're going to scroll this down. Okay, I'll go to storage for app 2. Okay, so if you click on storage for app 2, the same process, they're going to tell you, yeah, so the same process, it has baby number 1, four different sub questions that we're going to do. But the juicy part of it is you must copy the name that they gave to you. Okay, copy the name because they want you to create a storage account. The word provision means create. So create a storage account. Now the redundancy they want here is local redundant storage. They don't want high availability. Okay, they want if NEPA take light, no problem. Anytime NEPA brings light, we can continue. So they don't want high availability. But in this storage account, you must create 2 containers. One is called backups. One is called audit log. So yeah, so let's go straight to let's go straight and create. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna go now. Remember that we are done with question number 1, so the whole of this is done. So I'm gonna go home, click on Microsoft Azure to return home. Yes, we are home. Click on the storage accounts. Okay, yeah, so click on storage account button. So we're gonna create. Okay, we're no longer using the first one. Every question you answered earlier on was inside the first one. Okay, so we're creating a new one. I click the plus create button. Okay, yeah, so when you click the plus create button, you need to wait a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, I'm going to scroll down. Now remember that every resource is in RG1. Okay, so select RG1. Okay, now the location we use is South Central US. Okay, so this selected it for us. The name they asked us, we copied it. Okay, so this is showing that same issue. So means you either have some space or you copied a full stop. So yes, everything is okay. Now go to redundancy. Now let me tell you one funny thing. You can do everything correctly if you don't provision whatever you're provisioning in the right resource group. Okay, in the right region, you score zero. Okay, so make sure that you use the region that every other thing has been created in. Okay, in this particular scenario, is South Central US. So I'm going to scroll. Yeah, so I'm going to leave everything by default. The other thing they ask you for is redundancy. Okay, for redundancy, they ask us to select local redundant storage. Okay, so they don't want high availability. They want to keep costs to the barest minimum. So that's fine. I'm going to click review and create. Okay, so we have done the needful. Scroll down a little bit and click on your create button. Scroll down, click on your create button. Okay, and we're done creating the storage account for question number 2. Now before you leave, make sure that the deployment is full. Okay, so yeah, deployment is fully completed. Make sure you always see green before you leave. If not, yeah. Okay, so it's something that I've noticed that if I leave earlier on, I might have done the right thing, but maybe it doesn't save properly. Okay, so do everything well before you switch tab. Okay, so we have created, we're going to go to the resource. Okay, now according to the question, we have to create 2 containers. One is called backups, one is called audit logs. So I'm going to type containers in the search bar of the storage account. Please take note very now, this storage account is app 2. The first one is app 1. We don't have anything to do with the first one anymore. Okay, it's this second one. That's where you're answering all the questions. Okay, so we've created it. They asked us to create 2 containers. One is audit logs. One is audit logs, and the second one is backups. Okay, so I'm going to click containers. I'm going to click on plus container. I'm going to type backups. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and create it. Okay, very fast. Okay, it has been created. I'm going to click this again. I'm going to type audit. Okay, audit logs. Okay, with S at the back. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to create it as well. Boom, we are done with baby number 1. Okay, we are done with the entire question number 1. Okay, look at not question. Yeah, we're done with this one. Okay, so now let's take a look at the second point in question number 2. Okay, they say that the backups, the blob inside the backups, it must be moved. Okay, 90 days after creation to the access tier that is of the lowest cost. Now, let me tell you one funny thing about this. I want to relate this to your Amazon, things that are in your Amazon account. Now, Amazon has a funny way of, jacking their prices up. Okay, so I have this thing that helps me track. If I like anything, I don't have urgent need to buy it. I put it in that thing. Okay, now guess what? If nobody checks that thing for the next 2 months, do you know that the price will reduce? The price go. If it stays there for another 5, 6, 7, 8 months, boom, something that was maybe $100 can even drop to $20 or $30. Okay, so now let me tell you what happens, yeah, if they were using Azure. Okay, so if I use this rule that I'm working on right now, okay, so it means that, nobody buy you. No, nobody buy you after 3 months. Please move it to the access tier, because each tier, each tier that they are in, different prices. Okay, so if I'm storing this thing in a tier, nobody touches it for the next 3 months. Why should I keep paying expensive? Okay, move it to another one place where it's cheap. If it's nothing happened to it, move it to another one where it stays there for 1 year. That's what this is saying. Okay, if nobody buy them for the next 6 months, I beg, move and go. Move it to move it to the cheapest one. We're gonna see that. So that's what we are trying to do right now. So the next thing we're going to Azure. We are in the Azure account now. You're going to type life cycle management. Okay, life cycle management. Life cycle management. Okay. So we've typed life cycle management. We're going to scroll down. Now, for this one, you're going to add a rule. Okay. So if you did the exercises, you'll see that. Now, if it shows like this, it means that you are too zoomed. Yeah, in. So zoom in, you're too zoomed out. So zoom in, you have some space to type. Okay. So I've zoomed. Okay. Now you can see that it's showing name. Okay. I need to add a rule. You need to give the room name. So we are moving it to, yeah, we are moving to archive. Okay. Archive is the cheapest one. So now they didn't specify the name, but any name is fine. Okay. So we've given it a name. Now you can see here, apply to all. No, the question says items in backups. So we're not applying it to all. We're limiting it with filters. Okay. We've chosen limit by filters. We're going to move it here like this and scroll down. Yeah, we're not doing any other thing. So we're gonna choose next. Okay, we're gonna choose next. Okay, so now according to the question, it says that items that are yeah, it gave you a specific number of days, 90 days. Okay. Yeah, so if 90 days no one has bought that item, please move it to archive. Okay, because archive is cheaper for the company. Okay, so now in the 90 days, here you see the instructions. What are you supposed to do? If you click here, you see move to cool, move to cold. No, they said move to the archive, move to the tier that is the cheapest. Archive is the cheapest. I'm going to move it to archive. Okay, so yes, so we fulfill the requirements. I'm going to scroll down. We're not doing anything anymore. We're just going to click next. Okay, now in next, what do you see here first? Blob prefix. Okay, what container are we performing this operation on? Is backup. So we're going to type backups, backups, and that's fine. That's more than enough. You're going to scroll down and click add, and we have fulfilled the requirement for this question. Okay, so we have answered that question. Let's take a look at the question again. Okay, so we have answered this question number 2. Okay, for question 2, baby number 2. So let's take a look at baby number 3 for question 2. So data in audit logs. Okay, now remember that we had 2 containers. One was backups, one was audit log. So data in audit logs, that they must not be touched by anybody. They must not be deleted for the next 10 years. How do we do that? Okay, how do we do that? We're going to go back to the storage account. We're going to go back to the storage account. Yeah, so we're going to go back to the storage account number 2. Yep. We're going to tap containers, okay, and go to audit logs because we're trying to manipulate a policy inside audit logs. So we need to go to the container because the question is talking about data in audit log. Okay, so data in audit log must not be changed for the next 10 years. Nobody should touch anything that we store here for 10 years. How do we do that? We're going to type access policies. Okay, access policy. We click on access policy. You scroll down a little bit. There are 2 types of policy. One of them is normal access policy. The other one is immutable blob storage. Okay, when they say immutable, something that they cannot change. But look at the question. We don't want to change anything for the next 10 years. Okay, so that means that the second one is the one that we're looking at. Okay, so we're going to click on add policy. What type of policy? Okay, is it legal hold? Is it a court? Is it a court that has ordered that don't touch that thing for the next? No, it's not a court. Okay, whatever thing that we're working with is time retention. Okay, it's time because they told us 10 years. So we're going to choose time retention instead of legal hold. Okay, time-based retention. Now look at here. The question says 10 years, but here we have days. Okay, how many years? How many days is 10 years? When you convert 10 years to days, it's 3650. Okay, so when you convert 10 years to days, 10 years is 365 days. Okay, I'm going to scroll down and save. Okay, and we are done with that part of the question. Okay, so we're going to look at the final baby in question number 2. Okay, so final baby in question number 2 says blob in the storage account must be accessed using VNet 1, subnet 1. Okay, so so anything that we are doing in that storage account number 2, you must use a private IP address, and there's a VNet 1 for it, and the particular subnet is subnet number 1. So let's go back to Yeah, so let's go back to the storage account. So for this, we need to go back to the storage account. We need to leave access policy. So we are in the storage account now. So we can type here, we can type networking in the search bar. From there, we will be able to manipulate it. Guys, please, the video will be available. If you're not following, make sure that you watch the recording and follow. This is an easy win for you. Okay, so you can click on okay, so you can click on manage. Okay, so this has changed a little bit. It was not like this before. Yeah, so Microsoft, that's why you can't pass a cloud exam one and don't do anything and think the next 3 years it will be the same. Okay, that button is, yeah, it wasn't always like that. So the question is, now they've given us a particular VNet and subnet. Okay, so we are enabling from selected network. So the second one you choose. Scroll down. Now, guys, remember that in real life, this is how it is as well. Okay, so we have enabled from selected virtual net. So you're going to click on this button. Okay, so because it's existing, okay, add existing virtual network. When we click on this, something else will pop up. Okay, so here we look at the VNet one that they asked us to select is here. If you click on this as well, subnet one is here as well. Okay, so we selected all. For a subnet one is there, VNet one is there. So I'm going to click on enable. Okay, I've clicked on enable. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm going to click on add. I'll let it do its thing. I'm going to scroll down. Scroll down. I think I'm supposed to scroll up to save. Okay, I'm going to scroll up. Yeah, I'm going to scroll up and okay, so this has changed a little bit. Okay, before now you need to click on save. Okay, I don't see any save button there, but oh yeah, save is there. So if you don't save, you're gonna miss that question. Okay, I'm gonna click on save. If you don't save, you're gonna miss that question. Okay, so I think at this, not that I think. Okay, yes, at this point we have finished the entire question number 2. So we only have one more question to go, and that question is not too difficult. We can finish it in 7 minutes. So don't worry, don't be bored. I chose this particular applied skills because I know that we can be as fast as possible, and I won't have to keep you guys waiting for too long. There are some that would take you like the whole 2 hours. You must use the 2 hours, but this one I think will be done very soon. Okay, so please hang on in there. We'll soon be done. The next thing we're going to do, we finish question number. Yeah, so we're done with this. Mark as complete. Okay, so let's scroll down. Let's scroll down to the final question. Says storage configuration for data and replica. Now remember that Microsoft has created data account for you already. They created a replica account for you. So you're not creating a storage account for this final question. Microsoft has created them already. Okay, but there's something they're asking us to do. Now let's take a look. Now, so you need to in data, okay, we should create a blob container named container 4, but there is a little twist to it. That container 4 must have an encryption scope enabled. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an encryption scope before creating container 4. But we are not going to do that on we're going to do that inside the data storage account. So what that tells us is that we need to go and look for data storage account. Okay, so let's go back to Azure portal. Okay, go back to Azure portal. Okay, so go to home. Okay, storage accounts. Okay, inside storage account, look for data storage account. Microsoft has created it for us. We're not creating. Remember that the previous one we did, we created. So if you scroll down, you see data is here, replica is here. So we're using these two, but for now, we're using the first one. So I'm going to open data. Okay, so we have opened data. Now remember the first question asks us to create a blob container called container 4, but it must have an encryption scope enabled. So I'm just going to type here, I'm just going to type encryption. I'm going to click on encryption. Okay, I'm going to click on encryption. I'm going to click on scopes. Okay, this is very straightforward. I'm going to click on add scopes. Okay, call it any name you want. I'm going to call it Azure Ninja Scope. Okay, Azure Ninja Scope. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click enable. Okay, I'm going to click on create. Okay, so click on create. I have successfully created the encryption scope. Now, remember the question says create container 4 with encryption. So the next thing is I'm going to go to containers and create container 4. Okay, containers. I'm going to click on containers. I'm going to click on add container. I'm going to call it container 4. Okay, container. If you're not sure, you can go and copy the question about its container 4. But it says that it must have an encryption scope enabled. So scroll down. When you're done, click on advanced. Okay, click on advanced, and inside advanced, you see encryption scope. So go and select the scope that you just created. Now remember, I called it Azure Ninja scope. So I'm going to select it. Immediately I select it, is active. Okay, I don't need to do any other thing. I just need to scroll down and click on create. Boom, we're done with that question. Okay, it's a little bit tricky, but yes, we overcame it, and you can overcome it as well. Okay, so don't worry, we'll soon be done. I think in the next 4 minutes we should be out of here. Okay, so let's go back to the next question. Okay, so this one has only 3 questions. Now the next one says that we should replicate. Do you know what replication means? Everything here moves to another place. Okay, so for replication you will have source. Source is data container. The destination is replica container. Now inside is container 1, container 1. So let's go back to data. Let's type object replication. Okay, so we are in the data container now. Let's type object. Let's just type object. Okay, replication. Object replication. I'm going to click on object replication. Okay, so we've clicked on object replication. We're going to click on replication rules. Okay, so I'm not giving it any name. Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm just selecting the destination. According to the question, our destination is the replica storage account. Okay, if I scroll down a little bit, you can see that containers, when you're replicating, you need to choose container. What source are you replicating from? What destination is it going to? According to the question, it says container 1 for the source. Destination is also container 1. That's more than enough. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go, create. I have to wait for it. Yes, we have fulfilled the requirement for that question. Let's go to the final question. Okay, so the final question says that Okay, so the final question says that, configure network security of replica. Okay, so now we are going to replica storage account. We finished everything with data, but we must ensure that a public host has an IP address of this. Okay, so give us an IP address to use. I'm going to copy that IP address. Okay, copy that IP address. We're going to go to replica storage account. It's public, not private, and add that IP address and save, and that will be all. Okay, so just give me a few minutes. We'll soon be done. Be patient with me. Okay, so I'm going to type. I'm going to go to storage account. I'm going to scroll down and look for replica. Replica. I'm going to type networking. Okay, so networking is out. I'm going to type, remember they said public access. Okay, it's public. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. I'm just going to click on manage. Okay, manage. I'm going to scroll down. Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm just adding the IP address. Okay, because they gave us an IP, so it's selected. Okay, I'm going to just go. Yeah, I'm just going to add it to that IP address space. Okay, just going to add it there and save. Boom. Okay, we've added it. Okay, so if you have this, that means you copied either a full stop or you copied a space. Now there's no error with it again. Save. Okay, so at this point we have fulfilled all the requirements for the question. I'm going to click on submit. Okay, you're looking at my screen. I'm clicking on the submit button. It's going to ask you to leave. Yes, leave. Okay, so you're going to wait. I think we have 1 hour left, so it's fine. We finished just in time. Yeah. Yes, I know I passed it, and every one of you here should be able to pass it as well. Okay, so you should, you're going to have this recording. I'd like you to go back. If you missed any step, watch it again and attempt. Now, if you fail it, you have 3 days. But if you have two Microsoft, it's not me that is telling you this one, though. But if you can actually use another Microsoft account, okay. So if you try it in the first one, it doesn't work for you, go try it in your second account. Just follow all the steps the way I gave it to you, and I think you'll be fine. Okay. So let's wait for the score to appear before I officially leave. Okay. So it's going to ask you to refresh. Please just follow what they said, and you'll be fine. Okay, so guys, it usually takes this long. Okay, so my internet is super fast, so it's the process. It will ask you to wait, but I think in another 2 minutes highest. Okay, so we have passed. As you can see, maybe something we did not save. We scored 93%. That's fine. Okay, so what does this mean for us that attended this meeting? You can actually take this exam and pass. Okay, so you only need 71%. It did not show us the mistake we made. That's the problem. But you actually only need 71% to pass. There have been other instances where I got 100%. And I think in the one in Ghana, I got seven. No, but the truth is, the reason why you lose scores is because you're not waiting. When you're saving, okay, you're not waiting. Okay, always make sure for each process you wait for it to be saved before you move to the next. If you do that, you're going to score 100%. Okay, everything you need to score the full marks is all I've shown to you today, guys. It's been a pleasure having you on this meeting. I'm going to hand it over to the head of the community. Hopefully, you call me to come and train another one again, because like I told you in my boot camp, skill.school, if you're not following us on LinkedIn, go look for our skill.school. We practically walk you through about 9 to 12 apply skill before you start a DevOps session. Guys, it's been Catherine, over to you. Thank you for having me. I can't hear you. You're not you're on mute. Okay, yeah, good now, good, good.
Hi, Raphael. Thank you so much for your time. Hi, guys. How I hope we've learned a lot from this apply skill, and it's enough for us to go complete the rest. So I'm expecting you guys to complete the rest and equally try to gain your 50% voucher and write any of the exams you've been wishing to write. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for attending to this study series session. Do you have any question before we close? So, while we are waiting, if there is any question, I would like to let you guys know that if you're doing the apply skills, just in case you kind of stuck, don't forget that you can put in your you can you can put your where the issue is, like a screenshot. You can put it on the WhatsApp group, in the community WhatsApp group, and a lot of people, we are all willing to help you. So don't be stuck, because some of you might be stuck and end up like abandoning the apply skill. So we are here to help you. Whenever you have any issue, just please put it on the um community WhatsApp group or on LinkedIn, community LinkedIn. We are here to help you guys. Let me double check if there's any question. So for now, there is no question. We can call it a day. Thank you guys once more for attending today's study series. So from next week, we will be launching a new study series. Study series which will be on networking. We hope to see you guys all. Thank you. Have a great weekend ahead. Bye from all of us, Azure Nigerian community. Bye. Thank you so much, Raphael. Thank you, everyone.